I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Celebrate our 8th grade graduation. Bless our parents and family for offering their support and guidance through our years of school. Bless our classmates and friends who lend happiness to our lives and are by our side through good times and bad. Bless our teachers for giving us a firm foundation on which to continue our education. God, please bless all the graduates tonight. Guide them to reach the goals they have planned. Give them the wisdom to prepare themselves for a long and happy life. Bless them and be at their side each step of the way. Amen. Superintendent of Schools. The high school principal, Mr. Truitt. And our principal of Roosevelt Junior High School, Mr. McElroy. And the governing board, Ms. Yolanda Ewing, Mr. Ruben Fernandez, Mr. Henry Rubieta, and Ms. Rosanna Diaz-Gonzalez. And I would also like to introduce our 8th grade teacher, Ms. Betty Sanchez, Mr. Albert Rodriguez, Mr. John Hines, Mr. Louis Navarro. Thank you. Parents, school board members, administrators, faculty, and honored guests, on behalf of Roosevelt Junior High School 8th grade graduating class, we would like to welcome you to the 1986-87 commencement exercises. I would also like to welcome the class of 1987 to a new beginning of their lives. As we leave junior high, we enter high school, and there is new opportunities waiting for us to take advantage of. Some of us will take vocational classes to prepare us for skilled jobs after high school, and some of us will take college prep courses to prepare us for college. Whichever route is taken, we must capitalize on every opportunity available to enable us to live a happy, fulfilled life.
Tonight is just one of the many happy times we will share as a class and as friends, so let's make it a memorable one.
Board members, administrators, faculty, honored guests, and parents. It's fun to take this moment to give appreciation on behalf of our 86 Adrian was about junior high school class. We would like to show appreciation to some of the important people who helped us this year. One of the most important persons we would like to thank is Mr. McAvoy for everything he made possible for the students during this year. All the 8th grade teachers were helpful in every way possible and very supportive in everything we did. They were like our parents away from home. They taught us right from wrong and taught us more about the life ahead of us. Our teachers did a lot in preparing us for high school. Mr. Hyde showed us a lot of things in which was valuable to us later in school and in life. Ms. Sanchez, she's truly a teacher. She taught us manners and a lot of math. Mr. Rodriguez, wow, let's just say he's a conscientious teacher. And Mr. Navarro, which we had for 3 years, at least we learned one thing. Don't let any teacher follow you during your school years. He was a pretty good basketball coach. So we would like to say thank you, teachers, for everything you have done for us. We would like to say thanks to our custodians, Jessica Valdez and Tony Banda, who did a lot in cleaning our school and making it worth proud of. We also feel that parents deserve a lot of appreciation too. They supported us through the whole year during our ups and downs. They also provided help whenever we needed it. Thanks. Student Council did a wonderful job in making this year's students happy. They were very helpful during the year. We would also like to say thank you to God. He made everything possible in life. Now I think all the students to be recognized for making the class of 87 the best. Thank you.
After all those kind words, I think I'll just award all these awards to Tony. Seriously, I have 4 awards to give today, and I'll begin with the Woodman of the Award in Excellence in U.S. History or American History. And this year, nobody knows who's going to get it, and I like to keep it that way because nowadays young kids need to know everything about everything. So at least in this case, they don't know who the winners are. The winner this year for the Women of the World Award in U.S. History is Victor Luevano. So, every year, the American Legion Auxiliary to the William P. Curse, number 17, presents 2 medals to the outstanding boy and girl in U.S. Constitution or U.S. government. This year, I am proud to present the boy recipient to Daniel Alvarado. The award to the outstanding girl in U.S. Constitution goes to Vanessa Rábago. Lastly, we have an award for the last 3 or 4 years in memory of a former teacher, Bonnie Delbridge, who taught math 3 years here. And we have this in memory of her for the outstanding student in math. And this year, the award goes to Daniel Alvarado. Thank you. Good evening. I want to tell you a story. You know how I like to tell stories. You hear all my students laughing down here about what kind of evil you find in the minds of 8th graders sometimes. This is a story about class of 1991. This story takes place on Wednesday, April 1st, and it's also known as April Fool's Day. We have a speaker system in our office that goes to all the classrooms. So I decided to make an announcement that carried to all the 8th grade students. We told them because they worked so hard, they had such good attitudes, their behavior was so outstanding that they were going to get an extra hour for lunch that day. They were really excited. You should have heard the cheering. 20 seconds later, we made another announcement. April Fool. The 8th grade was doomed. They fell for it. Several times that day, 8th grade students tried to pull April Fool's jokes on me, and none of them worked. I thought, wow, I finally got the best of these 8th graders. That night I had a school board meeting, and that night the students made their devious plans. They were going to TP my front yard and my car. As you know, TP stands for toilet paper. It was a perfect plan. They knew they had a lot of time for their joke because I was at a school board meeting, and you know that they take a lot of time. That's for the board members. When I returned home and saw my yard, I knew the students had won again. Ladies and gentlemen, think about it. The 8th grade Democratic Society went to work on my front yard. The 8th grade had a problem. Could they allow the principal to pull a joke on them and not retaliate? I think not. The first thing they did, they met as a group at a set time. They defined their problem. They studied their problem. They agreed on a solution. And they completed their objective. Their toilet paper project certainly showed cooperation and leadership. As a final note to this story, 8th graders, you used our democratic way of life to perfection. Also, as a warning, Mr. Truitt, when they go to the high school, don't pull any April Fool's jokes on them, because you can't win. Now it is my privilege and my pleasure to present the 1987